Let me ask you a question. If I told you there was one defining feature, one defining phrase of Trump's time in office, what would it be? Need a hint?
Fake news.
Fake news.
You are fake news.
I mean, come on, you must have guessed that. You must have seen that one coming. I mean, Trump attacked the press more often than he attacked Democrats back in the day.
We are not going to let the fake news tell us what to do.
Very fake news. You're dishonest people.
The dishonest media.
Your organization is terrible.
The fake media.
Journalists, reporters, pundits, the White House press corps, we were all Trump's favorite punching bag.
CNN's fake news. I don't take
sir,
questions.
if
I
you're
don't
gonna
take
call us
questions
fake
from
news,
CNN. That was just fake news by NBC, which gives a lot of fake news. It's frankly disgusting the way the press is able to write whatever they want to write.
While Trump was president, there were three components to every single sentence that came out of his mouth: a noun, a verb, and the phrase fake news.
Look, between you people, don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way.
Go ahead, take the. Well, I'll give you voters. I will give you voter suppression. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. Okay, question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. How many cases were in the United States when I did my ban? How many people had died in the United States?
So do you acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep your
it was
voice down,
going to
please.
spread?
Keep your voice down.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Okay, I guess I can forgive you if you don't remember just how brutal his attacks on the press were. He called journalists not once, not twice, but many, many times the enemy of the people. And I myself, I struggle to keep track of all the different smears. A lot of the time, Trump was attacking me personally, specifically by name. Part of the reason we've been able to memory hole his assaults on the press is that for the last few years, we have had a commander-in-chief who recognizes the importance of the Fourth Estate.
We honor journalists killed, missing, imprisoned, detained, and tortured, covering war, exposing corruption, and holding leaders accountable. We honor members of the press, both national and local, covering a once-in-a-century pandemic where we lost 1 million Americans. A generation reckoning on race, an existential threat, climate change. The free press is not the enemy of the people. Far from it. At your best, you're guardians of the truth.
Yes, Joe Biden was a breath of fresh air. He was a return to normalcy, to sanity. He understood the critical value of the press, even when they didn't always offer him the most glowing, flattering reviews. He respected journalists. His administration had a drastically different relationship with the media. Well, that was until recently.
You may have noticed that since the debate, the press and their good guys and women up there, they've been hammering me. I make a lot of mistakes. No, it's okay. They've been hammering me because I sometimes confuse names. I say that's Charlie instead of Bill. But guess what? Donald Trump has gotten a free pass.
Now, you might say, Don, that's just Biden's crowd booing the press. That's not the same as Trump's fake news BS. And you would be right about that. A Biden crowd booing journalists would be nothing compared to Trump's attacks on journalists. It would be no big deal at all if it weren't for a very noticeable pattern recently.
In your last TV interview, you were asked if you had watched the debate, and your answer was, I don't think so, no. Have you since seen it?
I've seen pieces of it. I've not watched the whole debate.
And the reason I ask, because I guess the question is, are you all on the same page? Are you seeing what they saw, which was moments of, frankly, that you appeared to be confused?
Lester, look, why don't you guys ever talk about the 28 lies he told? Where are you on this? Why didn't the press ever talk about that? 28 times it's confirmed he lied in that debate.
Since Biden's poor debate performance a few weeks ago, his team has made a very deliberate decision, one that goes beyond reassuring voters with more campaign stops, more stump speeches, or meet and greets or press conferences to prove that he is still sharp as a tack. No, they have decided to go on the attack against the press and anyone who expresses any concern about the president's electoral chances after the debate. And believe me when I say, they have done this in a truly Trumpian fashion.
In response to those comments from George Clooney, Jake, a campaign official who attended that Los Angeles fundraiser tells me that George Clooney left 3 hours before the president. So clearly, the gloves are off. Jake?
But what does that mean, that George Clooney left 3 hours? What's the point?
The point of that is to suggest that Biden's stamina is better than Clooney's, and Clooney didn't have, eyes on the entire event. That's the response to the Clooney op-ed.
Okay.
Look, I'm open to the idea that Biden's poor showing was a one-off, okay? I am open to the idea that he really was sick and jet-lagged, and it was, he had a bad night, okay? Look, you can think of whatever you want about George Clooney and why he wrote that op-ed, but for Biden's press people to suggest that Biden has more energy than the Hollywood star who played Batman and who is 20 years Biden's junior, that's not only bold, that is really Trumpian.
I hear you. I cannot from here confirm any of that because we have to keep their privacy. I think they would appreciate that too. We have to give them.
Of the doctor.
We have to to keep their privacy.
It is public information.
I hear you.
And you're going to allow this to fester longer, Karine, unless the White House answers the
hold
question.
on a second. There's no reason to go back and forth with me in this aggressive way.
Miffed around here about how information's been shared with the press corps about him.
What are you missed about? What are you missed about?
Everything he just asked about.
And then every time I come back and I answer the question that you guys asked.
Correctly, didn't have to come back and clean up.
I never answered the question incorrectly. That is not true. I was asked about a medical exam. I was asked about a physical. That was in the line of question that I answered.
If reporters in that exchange seem a little heated, it is because they were. This new strategy obviously has them feeling a certain kind of way, okay? They, like you, are not used to name-calling, bullying, and attacks on the press coming from Biden, his folks, and quite frankly, from Democrats. That is some Trump MAGA shit right there. It's not only okay, it is expected for them to have a strong defense of their guy and his policies. But Americans and the press deserve honesty. They deserve open conversations about what's going on with the president and his administration, especially considering what is on the line: women's reproductive rights, the Supreme Court, and quite frankly, democracy itself, okay? So let me tell you one thing, Biden folks and Democrats, respectfully, get it together. When average Americans, when moderate swing voters walk into the voting booth, they're not going to want to choose between Trump and Trump Light. Thanks for watching The Don Lemon Show. Make sure you click on the image in the top right to subscribe to my channel and the thumbnail in the bottom right to watch more content from my show. And I'll see you next time.